guys, and welcome to Watching Time. Today we're going to review a limited edition produced by Tag Heuer. It's a Carrera in a limited edition number, but more than the number, it's limited actually on how many they were produced, even if we don't know the exact number, and how they were distributed. So let's have a small of a deep dive on this and understand better the story behind it. So as you can see here, you have the box. It's not its original box actually, because it doesn't have an original box. So this is actually the box that I received with the first generation Tag Heuer Connected watches. It's a very nice box, I have to say. It's one of my favorites boxes I have ever had of watches, because I think apart from the aesthetics and the fact that it's a watch box, you can actually use it for many other things. And it's beautifully done with a plastic closing mechanism that looks kind of a titanium, give you the titanium feeling, and also the kind of technological thing that was behind when they launched the Tag Heuer Connected. So, unluckily, I don't have any more the Tag Heuer Connected that came with it, and I will explain you later why. So, what is the Tag Heuer Connected? Around almost 5-6 years ago, Tag Heuer decided to get it also into the smartwatch industry. It was the early boom of smartwatches. People were buying their Samsungs, people were buying the iPhone watch. And Tag Heuer decided that even if they had a long history in watchmaking and horology, they also wanted to play on that area to show that they are one of the companies ahead of time, trying to innovate also with technology. And that's their intention with the Tag Heuer Connected. The one has come with the third edition this year, and I think I'm pretty impressed from a technological perspective, because it now has a very nice OLED display. The effect that it gives is almost of a normal watch, and you can actually enjoy it better as a more of a Tag Heuer. At the time when the first Tag Heuer Connected came out, the design was, even if it reminded you of the watch, and it was actually quite similar to this, it remained a little bit too chunky on your wrist, too big, difficult to wear on a small wrist. But I decided to buy it at the time because I thought it was one of the first steps showing innovation, even of a company that has been for many years one of the main watch companies in the world. So they had a special promotion at the starting of this campaign, and what it was that they decided to give also to the first owners of this Tag Heuer Connected the possibility, after the technology became obsolete, and the period of time that they gave was 2 years, to exchange it for a reduced amount of price, even if you have already paid quite a big amount for it, for a mechanical watch. And then they decided that they will homage these first owners with a specific limited edition designed only for them, Tag Heuer Carrera Calibre 5. So this is actually it. I was one of the lucky ones. It took me quite a lot to exchange it, because actually at the time that I wanted to exchange my Tag Heuer Connected watch, which was a full titanium watch, they told me that they were reducing the amount of watches. They didn't have any more of this. They had to discuss it with Tag Heuer, and Tag Heuer was preferring the second option that they offer owners that bring it back, and it was for them to buy at a very discount price the Tag Heuer Connected 2 edition, or eventually to buy the Tag Heuer Connected 2 with the possibility to have also a mechanical movement. So the Tag Heuer Connected 2 came out after around 2 years of the Tag Heuer Connected 1, and it had among their innovations the possibility to have a quick strap change, but at the same time you can actually exchange the whole face of the watch. So they sold separately a mechanical watch that you can actually switch with it. I have also that watch, and I will probably show it to you in another review if you want to, and I can do an in-depth review on the Tag Heuer Connected 2 and the mechanical mechanism that you can switch. So anyway, back to this edition. I managed at the end to discuss with Tag Heuer, and they actually found one of the last exchangeable mechanical watches that they did. They don't specify the limited number, but it's in a limited number because they did it only for the exchanging and of these watches. So it's quite limited and difficult to find. You will find it on the internet, probably resellers on Chrono24 that are selling it for huge amounts. It's all in titanium and rubber. Even the case is full titanium. It has the same shape and style of the Tag Heuer Connected first edition. As you can see, also the connections that it has here of the rubber and how it connects to the case. I will turn off the yellow light and put on the white light, and it will give you a better idea of how it looks. It's not a screw down crown, it's a normal crown with a 100-meter resistance. It's a classic Carrera dial. As you can see, the movement is quite swift, it's very nice, total black, aluminum bezel, full luminova on the indexes, and of a green color, as you can see. Nice Carrera Tag Heuer Carrera logo, and on the back, and you can understand from here that it's a limited edition, it actually has written Swiss made since 1860, automatic 100-meter, the code of this watch and the model, and the Carrera here on the other side. I have wear it very little, as this was, as I have other Tag Heuer Carreras, and I rather have this sitting in my collection as one of those unique pieces that owners feel lucky to have, as it reminds you of a history here behind also of what the company did and the innovation that they brought with the Connected, and how it has developed over the years. I'm not too much onto smartwatches. This is the only exception that I did, as I don't have the time to wear them because I'm in love with automatic and real watches with a mechanic movement inside. Having an electronic watch, I have an iPhone, an Apple Watch, but I wear them on my other wrist. So usually I wear two watches when I use them because I see them as tool watches. And they have a utility in which is useful, and you will like what it gives to you. So it has occasions in which you can use them, but it's not an everyday watch. This one can be an everyday watch, and it's quite sporty and in the line of the Carrera. And so if you like it, please give me a thumb. If you want to give any comments or ask any questions, just feel free to do it. See you next time. I hope you like this video. Take care. Bye bye.